Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope so. You all are doing well. So, today I've come up with Act 5, Scene 1 of the drama The Tempest by William Shakespeare. And before this, I had covered up Act 4, Scene 1, right? And I expect that it was clear to each one of you. So, it is a concluding act of the play, right? So for understanding it, you need to be very attentive and you need to heed to what I'm gonna explain you, right? So before going forward, text to text explanation, I would like to give you introduction of this act, that what is this act about basically, so that you could have an idea that what are you studying actually, right? So what happens in this act, Prospero meets all the conspirators, evil doers, Antonio, Sebastian, Gonzalo, Alonso, right? And Prospero discloses what he has done till now, right? Prospero speaks that it was he who had created tempest in the sea. It was he who made them suffer like that. Okay, and Prospero also tells that he has done all that in order to take revenge on them, right? Because they have done wrong with Prospero, so he has done to make them realize about their wrong deeds. Okay, so and after that, Prospero also forgives them, right? And at the end, Ferdinand and Miranda get married to each other, right? And everybody, all the conspirators feel repentant, remorseful, right? And they realize their mistakes. They realize that what exactly have done with Prospero, so it was really wrong, right? And this scene ends on a happy note, right? So this is basically introduction of Act 5, Scene 1. And now we have to see how does it happen in this scene. Okay, so I'm going for text to text explanation. You need to be very careful, so and you need to try to understand it. Okay, so enter Prospero in his magic ropes and Ariel, right? So this scene is starting with appearance of Prospero and spirit Ariel, right? So Prospero is speaking. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How is the day? So Prospero is speaking and asking to Ariel that now my plan is coming to its conclusion. And what was the plan of the Prospero? What was the plan of Prospero? Prospero's plan was to take sweet revenge on all the conspirators. Prospero's plan was to make them realize about their wrong deeds, and it is going to be ended. So that's why Prospero is referring to this plan, that my plan is coming to an end, my plan is coming to its conclusion. My spells are not breaking well, means my spells are working well, my spirits are obeying me, and everything is right on schedule, means everything is running smoothly. Till now everything is going on without any kind of problem, right? And Prospero asks the time, that what time is it, Ariel? So Ariel speaks, on the sixth hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease. Ariel said, it is nearly 6 o'clock, my lord, when you said our work would be done, right? Which is right, because actually it is 6 o'clock right now, and you said that till 6 o'clock our all work would be finished, right? So it is 6 o'clock now. Prospero says, I did say so when first I raised the tempest, say my spirit, how face the kings and followers. So Prospero says that yes, I had said so. And that's what I said when I first created the storm at sea. Actually, for the first time, when Prospero had created tempest in the seas of Prospero at the time, said Ariel that till 6 o'clock everything will be done. So accordingly, it has been done thoroughly. So that's Prospero speaking to Ariel that yes, I said so at the time when I had created tempest in the sea, right? So, but tell me, Ariel, how are king and his followers? So, see the character of Prospero. Prospero is very lenient kind of person. Prospero is gentle kind of person, right? Prospero has soft heart. So Prospero is compassionate as well, kind-hearted as well, right? So Prospero is somewhere feeling sad as well. Why? Because seeing the condition of the conspirators, right, the way they are getting suffered. So this is what making Prospero feel pity and compassion on them. So that's why Prospero is now asking well-being of the conspirators and King Alonso and his followers that how are they? And Ariel said, confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them all prisoners, sir, in the line grove which feather fence you, sir, they cannot budge till your release, right? So here Ariel is speaking that they are all prisoners together, means they are all locked up together, and they are exactly in the same condition in which you had ordered me to put them and in which they were when you left them, right? Sir, they are all prisoners in the garden of lime trees which guard your cell against bad weather, right? So actually Prospero is asking Ariel that how are they, where are they locked up? So Ariel is speaking all that they are all locked up, they are all now prisoners, right? And where are they now? They are in the garden of lime trees. And here, what is the function of lime trees? Actually, lime trees guard Prospero's cell against bad weather, right? So, and then after Ariel says, the king, his brother, and yours abide all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay, but chiefly him that you termed, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender, right? So again, Ariel speaks that they cannot move freely from there till you set them free, right? Means they are locked up in such a manner that they can't even move at all. They will be moving if you make them move, otherwise they cannot move freely. The king and his brother and your brother continue in a state of madness, means the king, his brother, and your brother are out of their wits. They are behaving as if they are idiots, right? Actually, they are under magic charm of Prospero, so they are unable to understand. They are not in their senses, they are out of their senses and wits. They are behaving like idiots. So Ariel is speaking all that, and while everyone else is sorrowful and dejected and are feeling sorry over their condition, right? So means others are dejected, sad, and are feeling repentant, remorseful over their condition. The person whom you described as the good old Gonzalo is most upset. Why? Because tears run down his beard like melting snow from a thatched roof. So, so he is so affected that if you means all are so affected that if you saw them now, you would feel sorry for them. You would feel bad for them, right? So this is the condition of all the conspirators, right? So they are in a state of they are actually suffering, right? So Ariel is just telling all that to Prospero, that that they are in state of dejection, grief, and they are feeling repentant and remorseful, right? So again Prospero says, those thou think so spirit. So here again Prospero is speaking, those, right? Here Prospero is speaking, those thou think so spirit. So Prospero said, do you think so spirit? Means, is it so really? And Ariel said, mine would, sir, were I human. So Prospero said, I would feel sorry for them, I would feel bad for them if I were human. So actually Ariel is a spirit, so Ariel is feeling bad for them, right? So being a spirit, Ariel is feeling bad for them. So that's why Ariel is speaking to Prospero that if I were human, I would feel bad for them, right? So Prospero is again speaking. Prospero is again speaking. And mine shall has thou, which art but ere a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself one of their kind that relish all as sharply passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art, though with their high wrongs I'm struck quick, right? So here Prospero is speaking that, and my sympathies will also be created. You are only a spirit of the air, and you can feel slightly sorry for them, and I am human being, so my feelings are as great as theirs, my passions are the same as theirs, right? So shall I then be not moved to greater sympathy than you, right? Though I'm much sorry due to the cruel injuries they have done to me, right? So actually here Prospero is talking about that how Prospero is feeling. Actually before Ariel said that if I were human I would feel sorry for them. So here Prospero is speaking that being a spirit, when you are feeling bad, sorry for them, so I'm a human like conspirators. I have a feeling like conspirators. I have the same feeling what all the conspirators have, right? So when you can feel bad, so just think how much I will be feeling bad for them, right? So again Prospero says, yet with my nobler reason gettest my fury, do I take part the rarer action in virtue than in vengeance, they being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel, my charms I will break, their senses I will restore, and they shall be themselves, right? So Prospero again says, though I am sorry due to the cruel injuries they have done to me, I will let myself be guided by my reason rather than by my anger, right? So vengeance here means, students, vengeance means revenge, right? And penitent means repentant, remorseful, right? So here Prospero is saying that I will not act as per my feeling of revenge, rather I will act accordingly my sensibility. I will listen to my sensibility, right? I will listen to my heart, the way my heart tells me to just act further, right? So again Prospero said it is better to act honorably rather than vengefully, right? It means that it's better that we must act honorably, virtuously, rather than to seek revenge, right? So here again see the character of Prospero, students. Prospero is a great person, right? Evil doers, conspirators have done wrong with Prospero, and Prospero is talking about good. Prospero is talking about betterment of the conspirators, of evil doers, right? So Prospero has a soft corner in his heart somewhere, right? So Prospero is a very gentle kind of person. Prospero is very gentle, very naive, and 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 full of good qualities, right? We can say. So see the good character of Prospero. So Prospero says further that now they are sorry, I don't want anything more. Go and release them, Ariel. I will break my spells and bring them back to their normal senses, and they will feel like themselves again, right? So actually all the conspirators seem to be distracted and out of their senses, right? Why? Because they are under magic spell of Prospero. So Prospero will bring them back to their senses what they had been before, right? So actually they are behaving like idiots, they seem to be out of their wits, right? So that's why Prospero is asking Ariel to break the charm, and I will be getting back them to their normal senses, so that they could start behave in a normal manner what they had been before. So again Ariel says I will fetch them, sir. I will get them, sir. Ariel says, means I will go and bring them here, sir. So Ariel leaves, right? So then again, who is speaking? Prospero is again speaking. So Prospero is speaking again. Ye elves spirits, hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless food do chase the ebbing Neptune and do fly him when he comes back. So here Prospero, through speech, giving us an idea that all those spirits with whose help he could make his charm work and bring the wrong doers to this island and make them penitent. He is now calling upon the spirits, supernatural creatures, because whatever he wanted to achieve, he has achieved. Now he doesn't need spirits, supernatural creatures, magic books, etc. Right? So he is making a circle and he is addressing the spirits of hills, streams, lakes, and groves on this island. So he says, first of all, you spirits, you fairies who live in the hills and streams and forests, and you who chase the sea on the beach without leaving footprints in the sand, and run away when the waves come back, right? So these are spirits, that's why these are the work of the spirits, right? So what is the work of the spirits whom Prospero is addressing? Prospero is saying that you supernatural creatures who live in the hills and brooks and groves, and you who chase the sea, what do? They chase the sea on the beach and without leaving footprints on the sand. They walk on the sand, but there are no footprints of the fairies, of the supernatural creatures on the sand. And then after, what do? When waves come back, they start running away from the waves, right? And then after he says, you demi puppets that buy moonshine to the green sour ringlets make, whereof Eve not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called for the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azure vault set roaring wall, right? So let's understand. So again Prospero said, you puppet-sized creatures who in moonlight make fairy rings in the grass, right? Again Actually, Prospero is feeling thankful, obliged to all the supernatural creatures. Actually, they have done a lot for Prospero. So Prospero's plan has tremendous contribution, right, of all the supernatural creatures. But so that's why here Prospero is addressing all the spirits that you have done a lot for me. So Prospero is expressing their work, and Prospero is showing his thankfulness to all the spirits, creatures, and all, right? So here Prospero says, "You puppet-sized creatures who in moonlight make fairy rings in the grass are of brighter and lighter green hue than the grass which a sheep will refuse to eat because of its bitter taste." Right? And so, and you spirit who like to make mushrooms at midnight. So these are the work of the spirits actually, right? And Prospero is actually, speaking about all the contribution, all the work of the spirits and supernatural elements, right? And again Prospero said, "Who celebrate when you hear the bells signaling the arrival of night. With your help I have darkened the noon sun, summoned the rebellious winds, and made the green sea and blue sky war against each other." Right? And again Prospero says, so again Prospero says, let's see, "To the dread rattling thunder." Here, see, we're starting from here. "To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt, the strong based promontory." Right? Promontory. "Have I made shaken by the spurs, plucked up the pine and cedar, graves at my command, have waked their sleepers, orbed and led them forth by my so potent art, but this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine and up their senses, that this airy charm is for I will break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and cheaper than did ever plummet sound I will draw on my book." Right? So let's understand what Prospero is speaking again. So Prospero said, "With your help." Right? So Prospero is saying that, "With your help I have called up the angry winds and set the green sea and blue sky at war with each other. So with your help I have given lightning to the thunder clouds, and burned up Jupiter's beloved oak with his own lightning bolts." So Jupiter was the ancient Roman king of the gods, and was often associated with thunder and lightning, right? So this is what Prospero is addressing, that with your help what I have done, I have given lightning to the thunder clouds, and burned up Jupiter's beloved oak. Whose oak? Jupiter's beloved oak, with his own lightning bolt. Means Prospero has burnt up Jupiter's oak with Jupiter's own lightning bolts. "And with your love I have shaken up the sturdy rocks, cliffs, and pulled up, uprooted pines of cedars by the roots. With my strong magic I have woken up the dead, and opened their graves to let them out." Right? "But now I reject this wild magic." Right? So here Prospero is giving up his magic powers. Prospero is expressing his, hearty desires, that what he is going to do now, because Prospero, acquired magics just to take revenge on them, right? And now Prospero is done with all that. Whatever Prospero wanted to achieve, Prospero has achieved all that. So Prospero is in Prospero is in no need of magic books, supernatural creatures. So that's why Prospero is talking about that he is feeling like rejecting this wild magic. Prospero is surrendering all this magic now. So Prospero said, but I surrender all this magic now when I have summoned some heavenly music to cast a spell, as I am doing now. I will break my staff. So, so who are staff of Prospero? Spirits, supernatural creatures. These are the staff of Prospero. So I will break my staff and bury it far underground and throw my book out of magic spell deeper into the sea than any anchor has ever reached. Right? So Prospero is talking about that he'll be throwing magic books into the deep bottom of the sea where no anchor can means where no anchor can reach effortlessly, right? So students, I hope so it is clear to each one of you, right? So please keep revising it and watch this video again and again, right? So this is the first part of act 5 scene 1. I'll be covering up rest of this act 5 scene 1 in our next class. Till then, take care of yourself and do subscribe my channel, like the video and click bell icon as well.